A lot of the students lose 4 to 6 marks on this paper 6 planning question, not because it's hard, but because they don't know what the examiner wants. So let me show you exactly how you can answer this question step by step so that you can secure all 6 marks of this question. Now, this question has been taken from IGCSE Chemistry 0620 May June 2025 paper 61 alternative to practical. So let's take a look. Solid sodium hydrogen carbonate reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid and with dilute ethanoic acid. So there are two reactions. In both of them, you have solid sodium hydrogen carbonate, and in one of them, we are using hydrochloric acid. In the other one, we are using ethanoic acid. These two reactions are endothermic. Plan an investigation to find out which of the two reactions is the most endothermic. Okay, find which is the most endothermic. Your plan must include how you can use the results to find which reaction is the most endothermic. You are provided with solid sodium hydrogen carbonate, dilute hydrochloric acid, dilute ethanoic acid, and common laboratory apparatus. Okay, now first of all, you must understand that these type of questions where you have to repeat the experiment, okay, where you have to carry out the experiment more than once, it has a certain structure, okay, and that is what a lot of the students miss out. They don't understand the structure of this type of question and they just go all in and they just start writing without even planning before. So you see, you have to plan an investigation. You must have the method in your mind. You should know how to structure your answer. So I'm going to show you a 3-step method that you can easily apply in these type of questions. So pay attention. Number one, the first part of your answer will be the method. Okay, the method to carry out the experiment. Within this method section, there are two things. The first one is the apparatus that you're going to use. Second one is the description, okay, or the steps that you're going to give, how you're going to carry out the practical, and especially what to measure. This is the most important part. Okay, number two, once you have listed down the apparatus, the description, okay, then the second part will be to repeat the experiment plus factors to keep constant. Okay, because if I want to make sure that my experiments are fair because I'm going to compare them, then there must be some factors which must be kept constant. Okay, number two, so let's take an example. If I'm using sodium hydrogen carbonate and it's in solid form, then the mass of this should be same in both the reactions, okay, to make sure that the experiment is fair, it's a fair comparison. Part 3 will be the conclusion. This is where you have to connect your findings, what you're going to measure, and how does it answer this question. How will it show that which reaction is the most endothermic? Okay, that will be your conclusion. Okay, now, so let's briefly talk about the method first. In the method, now you're not supposed to write the list of apparatus first and then go with description. No, you don't have to do that. While you are explaining the steps in sequence, that this is my step number one, first I have to do this, first we have to measure the mass and so on. While you're doing this, during the description, you must mention what apparatus you're going to use in order to measure that particular mass or volume and so on. Okay, so now let me show you how you can write a good answer for this type of question. First step is take a known mass of sodium hydrogen carbonate using balance, because we know it's a solid substance, so you will be using a balance. Okay, so this is how we have to mention. Then take a known volume of hydrochloric acid using measuring cylinder and pour in a conical flask or in a beaker. So you have to mention, you also have to mention that where you are going to uh, place your contents, okay, where you're going to mix your reactants. Then record the initial temperature of hydrochloric acid using thermometer. Now, because the question is about endothermic reaction, so how, first of all, think about it. How will you know which reaction is endothermic? We know from our theory that in an endothermic reaction, that temperature decreases. Okay, we know that that if the reaction is endothermic, the temperature decreases. That means the reaction which shows a larger temperature drop is the most endothermic reaction. That is how you're going to connect your findings with the question that has been given to you. Okay, right. So first we record the initial temperature, then we put sodium hydrogen carbonate using spatula into the flask and stir. Now, once you stir completely and the reaction is finished, record the final temperature after the reaction finishes. Now, we have two readings. We have the initial temperature, we have the final temperature. Calculate the temperature decrease. This everything that is written in red, this is the method. So within our method, I have included the apparatus. Okay, so this is the part of the apparatus: balance, measuring cylinder, conical flask or beaker, just write one, okay? Then thermometer and spatula. This is the apparatus that I'm going to use. All right. Then the rest of the rest of the method, which is in red, that tells you the whole description and steps in sequence. Now what we're going to do, we have explained the whole process for this particular reaction. Now I'm going to repeat the experiment. Okay, then what factors must be kept constant? The mass for sodium hydrogen carbonate, that should be constant. It should be the same as the previous experiment. So if I'm using 5 grams in the first experiment, then I should be using 5 grams in the second experiment. Then the volume of acid should also be kept the same. If let's say I'm using 30 cubic centimeter of HCl over here, then when I'm using ethanoic acid for the next reaction, this should also be 30 cubic centimeter. That's the part in blue. Finally, now comes the conclusion. The reaction that shows the greatest temperature decrease is the most endothermic. This is your conclusive statement. So you see, what does it tell you? That your plan must include how you can use the results. What was my result? The temperature increase and the initial and the final temperature. And based on that, I calculated the change in temperature. And that is how I have connected that to the most endothermic reaction. Okay. Now there are a lot of questions in your past papers that follow the same pattern. Whenever you have questions where you are required to repeat the experiment, it follows the same structure. Okay, so I hope that this video was helpful in making you understand the context of how you're supposed to answer this question. And if you are preparing for October November 2026 sessions and you want to have a full paper 6 session, not just these questions, or if you want more questions like this, if you want me to make more videos, then comment comment paper 6 in the comment section, or you can also message me. I'll be leaving my WhatsApp number in the description below. Okay, take care.